History never announces itself when it's about to change. It doesn't just come knocking on your door to say that today will be the day that everything changes. It starts small. A faint whisper, a small act, or a compelling choice. Yet these are the small invisible moments that change the world around us forever. These are what we call the butterfly effect. And right now, every one of us is on the edge between now and new. Hello everyone, my name is Samarth Sudhakar and I'm 13 years old. Now let me tell you about someone whom I deeply respect and admire. When Oprah Winfrey was in middle school, she was selected to speak for a local event. But she was nervous, shy, and unsure whether she could capture the audience's attention. But she practiced relentlessly. And on the day of the event, she delivered her speech with passion and authenticity. This moment, so small at the time, was her tipping point. It gave her confidence in her voice, her presence, and her ability to influence others. It laid the foundation for a career that has inspired millions of people all over the world. One small brave act in middle school changed the trajectory of her entire life. Maybe many of you already had that moment. I know that I did though. When I was in primary school, I was quite active and happy, but I always wanted to stay in my comfort zone without exploring anything. I had created a safe little cocoon for myself and I was sheltered in it. But there came a turning point where I knew that I had to change. Slowly, as I quite literally forced myself outside my safe spot, I struggled quite a bit. But if it weren't for my family, I'm not sure if I ever would have progressed. They encouraged me to participate in many events. And slowly but surely, the magic started to work. I developed my public speaking skills. And now I'm at one of the world's biggest platforms for such a cause, sharing my views and experience to you all. I have finally found my voice. To be honest, it didn't feel very groundbreaking at the time. But looking back, I can see that was my tipping point. That quiet moment led to everything that followed. Like Oprah, we often wait to feel ready. But readiness is not a feeling, it's a choice. Start small. Try, stumble, and repeat. Every attempt builds belief until fear becomes fuel. Fear isn't meant to be taken as a stop sign, but rather as a signal. Scientists and researchers studying markets, ecosystems, and societies have come to the conclusion that tipping points follow three main principles. Accumulation, that small acts performed consistently build up momentum. And momentum which magnifies the change and attracts others. With the right environment and context, a small and quiet shift can become an unstoppable wave. But the best part, this isn't even about systems, it's about you. Your habits, your dreams, and your relationships all contribute to building an invisible threshold. So that one day you can look back and realize that, wow, everything really has changed. So let me ask you, what's your edge? The thing you keep postponing, the conversation that you're afraid to have, or the dream that you whisper but never voice out loud? What if today could be your tipping point? Take a moment and picture your first small step. Every revolution, personal or global, begins with one small spark. Not a fire and not a roar, just a small moment of ignition. A decision to speak when it's easier to stay silent. A decision to try again even when you failed before. And a decision to start small even when the light is faint. But here's the thing, these sparks are fragile. They need air, belief, patience, and persistence to sustain, or they die out. This one spark is your tipping point, so why don't you nurture it? So here's my invitation to you all. Take that first step, make that project, and have that conversation. Don't wait for the perfect time and don't wait for permission. Because the edge between now and new isn't a place on a map. It's a choice. And that choice begins with you. The tipping point isn't luck, but nor is it magic. It's leaning forward when standing still feels safer. It's the faint whisper that says try. And it's the belief that your smallest acts can ripple farther than you'll ever see. So, lean forward, stand at your edge and step into the new. And one day you can look back and realize that the moment you dared to move was the moment the world began to follow. Thank you.